explodes. India bloc intensifies attack. Congress lambasts BJP. Sena mouthpiece slams Modi. TMC calls BJP anti-women. The big fat Mandir meltdown. Top focus on 5 Live.
And a day after the Mandir Pran Pratishtha in Ayodhya, the political meltdown continues, viewer. But this is of a very serious nature with elections only a few short months away. I'm Shiv and I'm going to take you right through it right here on 5 Live. As always, the headlines first. Ram Mandir's doors swing open to the public. Heavy rush as devotees line up to catch their first glimpse of Ram Lala. Ayodhya administration asks people not to visit the holy city today if possible. Cracks widen in the opposition India alliance. Mamata Banerjee snipes at the left and the Congress, says Congress can contest 300 Lok Sabha seats alone. Congress MP Adhir Ranjan hits back, calls Mamata an opportunist. Big suspense over Nitish Kumar. The Bihar Chief Minister meets the governor amidst speculation of a widening rift with Lalu's RJD. Suspense over what a man called Palturam by his critics is planning to do next. Assam Chief Minister and Rahul Gandhi's war of words escalates. It's gotten ugly. Himanta of the BJP accuses Rahul of provoking crowds in Guwahati. Rahul says the Assam Chief Minister is giving his yatra free publicity. My big story coming up at 5:30 p.m. A 12-year-old schoolboy has gone mysteriously missing in Bengaluru's upscale suburb of Whitefield. Parinav was last seen on 21st January. CCTV cameras have captured him. His desperate parents are out there looking for him.
Co-presented by
New Kia Sonet, the Wild Reborn. Powered by Rumta Steel TMT Bar. Ekdam solid.
Viewer, first they questioned the date, then they called the Pran Pratishtha pure politics, then they sulked about being kept out, then they sulked about selective invitations, then they sulked about getting invitations, then they sulked about why the invitations hadn't come earlier, then they sulked about the invitations being a political trap, then they declined the invitations, projecting it as a principled decision. Then some of their own members broke this principled stand and went to Ayodhya, inadvertently acknowledging and validating January 22nd date by seeming to preempt it. Then they said January 22nd has no significance in the Hindu calendar. Then they said, why not wait for Ram Navami? Then they said, they started rallying around the Shankaracharyas, some of whom had questioned the Pran Pratishtha. Then they said Ram will not forgive Modi and the organizers. Then they said January 22nd is an insult to Ram since the Mandir is not complete. Then they decided to do their own thing on January 22nd, a date which they had dismissed, inadvertently validating that same date for the second time by reacting to it. On January 22nd, while the Pran Pratishtha was happening in Ayodhya, Rahul Gandhi decided to visit a temple in Assam, which is totally his right to do. Then Team Rahul sat on a road in protest after being, in my view, wrongly barred from visiting a temple. It may have been lost on the Congress that the very principle of staying away from the Pran Pratishtha and questioning its politics was eroded by this Main Bhi Mandir Jaunga episode. Others in the alliance, after questioning January 22nd as a date, decided to consecrate January 22nd by holding a parallel multi-faith rally in Kolkata. A fine political move, frankly. But once again, acknowledging Jan 22nd by way of reacting to what Modi had decided would be the date of the Pran Pratishtha. One would have thought that Mamata would use such a platform, a very good political move, to attack the Prime Minister and the BJP. Instead, she used it to attack her India alliance partners, the left and the Congress, talking about how after a lifetime as her sworn enemies, she couldn't break bread with them in the India alliance, adding another layer of the mounting pile of cracks in the coalition. Meanwhile, as expected, Rahul Gandhi's yatra through Assam saw a big turnout of Ram flag-bearing BJP workers and Ram Bhakts who were clearly there to heckle the Congress MP with loud chants of Jai Shri Ram and Modi, Modi, etc. The Congress should undoubtedly have been expecting this. I'm sure they were, especially since it's a state ruled by the BJP's Himanta Biswa Sarma, a man with whom Rahul Gandhi has an especially bitter past. Rahul began well, in my view, by blowing kisses to the BJP workers, big smile on his face, also to the Ram Bhakts who were there in that crowd. But in my view, he could easily have simply chanted Jai Shri Ram back to them, something that would have gone a long way in terms of political perception for Rahul himself. Instead, you saw what happened. Rahul angrily disembarked from the bus and stormed towards the heckling crowds. The Congress spun this as Babbar Sher Rahul taking on a mob. But the overall impression seemed, viewer, once again to be a politician aggrieved and defensive over the chant of Jai Shri Ram, which is odd given that Rahul has undoubtedly become more comfortable wearing his Hindu identity on his sleeve. This, in my view, was another missed opportunity for Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. They ended up looking defensive and sensitive about the chants of Jai Shri Ram, and we've seen that happen before with Mamata Banerjee. The bottom line is, in its effort to tackle and downplay the January 22nd event in Ayodhya, the India alliance somehow managed to throw even greater light on it. The irony, they were fully aware of the BJP's narrative traps, the cunning way in which they had decided the entire event. But the alliance managed to walk into virtually every one of those traps that was set for them. The BJP will deny that the January 22nd event was anything other than civilizational. But let's not kid ourselves. We are real, viewer, you and I. This is precisely what the BJP wanted. They wanted the India alliance to stumble into inconsistent, half-baked reactions that, far from distancing them from the slippery slopes of Ayodhya, actually forced them into revealing their confusion and internal political dilemmas. Yes, January 22nd was undoubtedly civilizational. And yes, it was also political. Let's not kid ourselves. What the India alliance got embarrassingly wrong is to think that by constantly pointing a finger at the event and calling it political, they were somehow telling Indians and voters something new, something they didn't know. I would hazard that most people watching, viewers, certainly you and I, are fully aware of how political everything going on is. But we also know that this doesn't in any way negate the civilizational essence of what's happening. By crying politics, politics, the India alliance wasted time and energy stating the obvious and stating something that Indians now accept as part of the dance of democracy and the political game, especially near elections. Saying something is being done for political gain has no shock value. It means nothing if you're not offering anything as well in addition to it. Also, and especially since none of these parties, the Congress, the Trinamool, pointing fingers, saying politics ho raha hai, can claim not to have politicized religion themselves. The opposition knew for months, possibly years, that the Ram Mandir would rise before 2024. It was no big surprise. It was no big secret. You didn't need to be a cynic to know that this was going to be one of those landmark events weeks before the election. And they still ensured that they walked into every trap that was set for them. Think about that, and thank you for listening. But now let's get into the specifics of the continuing meltdown over the Mandir, the consecration, the Pran Pratishtha that took place yesterday. Well, you'd think that politics would die down, but oh no, you'd be wrong, because things have actually intensified. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, who we just spoke about, has targeted the BJP a day later for attempting to, like I said, politicize religion ahead of the Lok Sabha polls, labeling the Saffron Party as anti-women for omitting goddess Sita from the discourse about Lord Ram. RJD, that's Lalu Prasad's party, took a jibe at the Prime Minister saying, Ram is not coming, but elections are. Again, another cynical quip from Lalu. Rahul Gandhi on Monday staged a sit-in protest, which I just spoke about, after stating that he was barred, wrongly in my view, visiting Assam's Batadravathan, a temple there. He claimed he was denied entry despite holding permission for the same. That has become a separate, very ugly confrontation with ex-Congress, current BJP Chief Minister of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma. In Karnataka, and this is nationwide in case you are wondering, viewer, this politics. In Karnataka, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah slammed the BJP over the Ram Mandir for the third straight day. He said he worships Gandhi's Ram and not the BJP's Ram, and that the BJP is politicizing Ram. In Tamil Nadu, amidst a slugfest between the DMK and the BJP, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin said that rumors were being spread by the BJP to divert attention from real issues. The DMK stating the BJP leaders were acting like WhatsApp university trolls and simply misleading the public.
हम देख रहे हैं ये निर्माण किसी आग को नहीं बल्कि ऊर्जा को जन्म दे रहा है। वो भी एक समय था जब कुछ लोग कहते थे कि राम मंदिर बना तो आग लग जाएगी। ऐसे लोग भारत के सामाजिक भाव की पवित्रता को नहीं जान पाए। मात्र एक देव मंदिर नहीं है, ये भारत की दृष्टि का, भारत के दर्शन का, भारत के दिग्दर्शन का मंदिर है। ये राम के रूप में राष्ट्र चेतना का मंदिर है।
আমি রামের বিরুদ্ধ নই, আমি রাম সীতা দুজনকেই শ্রদ্ধা করি। তোমরা সীতা দেবীর নামটা তো একবারও বলো না, তার মানে কি অ্যান্টি উইমেন? আরো অ্যান্টি উইমেন? সীতা না থাকলে রাম হয় না, আর কৌশল্যা দেবী না থাকলে, মা না থাকলে রামের জন্ম হয় না।
पूरा देश राममय है और हिंदू सनातनी बहुत खुश है। दूसरा जो धर्म का आदमी है वो भी खुश है। खुश नहीं है जो लोग वोट शिकारी है, वो खुश नहीं है।
गवर्नमेंट एंड मोदी जी मंदिर कौन जा सकता है और कब नहीं जा सकता? शायद आज सिर्फ एक व्यक्ति मंदिर में जा सकता है।
राहुल गांधी नौगांव में बैठे थे, बटोद्रवा थान में जाने।
आज आप क्यों रावण का बात करते हो? आज कम से कम राम का बात करो ना। कम से कम 500 साल का बाद आज हमें सब राम का बात करना चाहिए। आज कम से कम रावण का बात नहीं करना चाहिए।
जिनको मंदिर में के आयोजन में आमंत्रित किया गया था और उन्होंने इनकार किया, भगवान राम के लोकार्पण के समारोह, मंदिर के लोकार्पण का समारोह का निमंत्रण को इनकार किया। जनता, देश की जनता ऐसे लोगों को माफ नहीं करेगी।
ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿಯವರು ಯಾರನ್ನ ಭಜನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು? ರಘುಪತಿ ರಾಘವ, ರಾಜಾ ರಾಮ್, ಪತಿಹಿತ ಪಾವನ ಸೀತಾರಾಮ್, ಪತಿಹಿತ ಪಾವನ ಸೀತಾರಾಮ್. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು? ಏ ರಾಮ್. ಸಾಯುವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಏ ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಟರು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿಯವರು ರಾಮನ್ನ ಪೂಜಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ರಾಮನ್ ಪೂಜಿಸಲ್ಲ.
I said you in my name, Shiva is there, Shiva Kumara is there. Again, Shiva Kumara can be Ganesha and Shenmuga. In Siddaramaiah name, this is Rama. Or what did Rama yesterday Siddaramaiah do? He went and offered prayer to Rama. He inaugurated a Rama temple. Modi has inaugurated there in Ayodhya. Siddaramaiah has inaugurated in Karnataka.
Well, the politics will, of course, continue to churn, but it's a very different story in Ayodhya. I want to take you there live. India Today's Abhishek Mishra has been in the holy city for the last many days. He was there to witness the Pran Pratishtha ceremony yesterday as well. The politics will continue to escalate, Abhishek, but today has seen a record number of devotees arriving in Ayodhya. So many people have arrived that the administration reportedly has said, has asked people not to try and come today because of the huge surge of inbound devotees and pilgrims.
Well, absolutely, Shiv, and that was very much expected with the fact how yesterday we have seen the grand consecration ceremony which has happened here, and today the footfall by 3 in the afternoon has already crossed 3 lakhs for today's darshanas, and they're expecting by the evening it will go beyond 5 to 6 lakh for the day one. So that number speaks for itself, the way it has been perceived by the people, and at the same time, as we have been reporting throughout, that the sentiment is extremely high in Ayodhya, and that has been able to connect people to this sacred land. Now, if I talk about the politics which is happening, we have seen time and again how the opposition is constantly targeting the BJP, and they are making this an argument that it is a political move for them. But as Mamta said that they're ignoring Sita, whether the BJP is anti-women, but she forgot the fact that Prime Minister Modi began his address by saying, Siyawara Ramachandra ki jai. And at the same time, we've also seen how the others was also, voicing along. Certainly, and similarly, the other reactions which are coming, be it Sharad Pawar or Stalin or the other leaders, clearly mentioning it as a political move, but the BJP and the UP government is making it sure that it is connecting people. Tomorrow also, JP Nadda, the president, is expected in Ayodhya. He will be beginning the drive for the mass participation and mass darshana. So that is what they are doing. But making it a point against a particular community or saying that you are ignoring the other one is something which could be a political narrative for them, and that is why we have seen such reactions earlier also when the whole issue of invite emerged, and now after the ceremony it is about the fact that whether or not this ceremony had some bearing on the upcoming elections or not. But the
Abhishek, we did see members of the Congress party from Himachal and UP arriving in Ayodhya before and during the Pran Pratishtha day. Are you hearing about any opposition leader plans to come to Ayodhya? They wanted to stay away from the Pran Pratishtha ceremony itself, but there will be pressure on them to go to Ayodhya now that the Ram Mandir is open to the public.
Well, absolutely, Shiv. And now the beginning has been made, and we certainly can expect at least few of them to visit Ayodhya. Not to forget, Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav also said the same, that I will not be part of the ceremony, but I will certainly go for the darshanas. We've also listened to other Congress leaders. They also confirmed of at least doing the darshanas. A delegation from the UP Congress has already come on the Sankranti day, took the holy dip, and they defended the fact that Ram is everyone's. There is no stakeholding as such. So certainly, but the narrative and the kind of, this consecration ceremony has, gone through yesterday is now a kind of a majburi for the opposition to voice along in any way. Yes, they are against the ceremony. They have their own, questions to it, but they cannot ignore the fact that Ayodhya is all about Lord Ram, and that is what have always prevailed here, be it the politics or the social harmony. Yes.
All right, Abhishek, thanks very much. Historic week in Ayodhya, and Abhishek and his team will be continuing to bring us those amazing images that come in from there. It's sad to hear about the politics that continues to escalate on such an important day, but this is the democracy, and let me say that the questions being asked, the things being said, all of them are part and parcel of any vibrant debate and conversation, and we will unstintingly reflect all of them here on India Today. Now, an offshoot of the Mandir politics has been a very big war of words between two old rivals, Rahul Gandhi and Himanta Biswa Sarma, the current BJP Chief Minister of Assam. As most of our viewers may know, Himanta Biswa Sarma used to be part of the Congress party. He had an ugly divorce from the party and he blamed his departure in 2015-2016 on Rahul Gandhi, accusing him of feeding biscuits both to his dog and to assembled guests, including Himanta himself. It was with that kind of indignation and bitterness that Himanta had once left the Congress party, and that explains the ugliness that you're seeing in this current confrontation. Rahul Gandhi, as viewers know, is on the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra that went through Assam a couple of days ago. Rahul Gandhi has been alleging repeatedly that Himanta is India's most corrupt chief minister. He's also been alleging that the BJP under Himanta has been trying to disrupt his yatra. Meanwhile, the Assam chief minister has instructed authorities to take action against Rahul after there was a scuffle between Congress supporters and the Guwahati police earlier today. Take a look at this report.
Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra hit a roadblock as it entered Guwahati on Tuesday. The police put up barricades to stop entry to a road the participants wanted to take, leading to a scuffle with Congress workers. The Congress MP accused Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma of trying to disrupt his yatra.
ये जो असम के चीफ मिनिस्टर यात्रा के अगेंस्ट कर रहे हैं, सबसे पहले इससे यात्रा का फायदा हो रहा है. जो पब्लिसिटी हमें शायद नहीं मिलती, वो असम के चीफ मिनिस्टर और शायद उनके पीछे अमित शाह हमारी मदद कर रहे हैं. तो उससे तो हमारा फायदा ही फायदा है. कुछ भी करो, गाली दो, डिस्टर्ब करो, मारो पीटो, मैं इंटिमिडेट नहीं होता. पूरी दुनिया दूसरी साइड खड़े हो जाए, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. जिस बात के लिए मैं लड़ता हूँ, जिस विचारधारा के लिए मैं लड़ता हूँ, एक बार मैंने मन बना लिया तो मैं इंटिमिडेट नहीं होता.
Rahul branded Sarma as the most corrupt chief minister in the country.
The minister of this state is one of the most corrupt chief ministers in the country. Second, whenever I'm moving around this state, pretty much everybody is saying to me, massive unemployment, massive corruption, massive price rise, farmers are struggling, no youngster can get a job in this state. So that is the situation and that's what we are raising.
The Assam chief minister charged Rahul Gandhi with provoking the crowd and ordered action against the Congress leader. Assam DGP GP Singh, in a post on X, earlier Twitter, said that Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra deviated from the path agreed upon, putting the security of Rahul Gandhi at risk. Earlier on Tuesday, Rahul Gandhi was allegedly denied entry into the university in Assam-Meghalaya border, forcing him to address the students from the top of the bus. The Congress leader claimed that the permission was withdrawn on the orders of Home Minister Amit Shah.
The Home Minister of India, called up the Chief Minister of Assam, and when the Chief Minister of Assam's office called up the leadership of your university and said that Rahul Gandhi must not be allowed to speak to the students of this university.
The second leg of Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo campaign has been marred by frequent run-ins with the local establishment. The Congress has alleged that its yatra was being targeted by BJP workers in Assam. The Grand Old Party is banking heavily on the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra to shape its narrative against the Narendra Modi government. With Ritik Mondal in Guwahati, Bureau Report, India Today.
And remember that during the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, Rahul Gandhi has spent a significant amount of time and resources amplifying the allegation that Himanta Biswa Sarma is India's most corrupt chief minister. The entire Congress machinery has taken that up as a war cry. One would imagine that it is an Assam election that is being fought, but it is very clear that the history between Himanta and the Congress, and especially between Himanta Biswa Sarma and Rahul Gandhi, seems to be what is fueling the visceral and ugly nature of this confrontation. It has not only been offline during the yatra, sparking protests by Rahul Gandhi and his team when he was not given permission to go to a temple on January the 22nd, as we've just reported, but is also a big social media battle that is now being fought between the Assam Chief Minister and the Congress party. The bad blood that continues to boil between Himanta and Rahul Gandhi, with the Congress seeing Himanta's departure in 2015-2016 from the Congress party as something that damaged the party's reputation in a great way. The Congress party therefore sees this as an occasion to settle scores with Himanta Biswa Sarma, to brand him as India's most corrupt chief minister. An FIR has now been filed against Rahul Gandhi, not for the comments, but for a clash between Congress workers and the Guwahati police in Assam. Now I'll take you back to Ayodhya, viewer, because the politics will continue, like I said, but at the end of the day, it only runs parallel to devotees arriving in the city. As soon as people were allowed to, the sanctum sanctorum of the new Ram Mandir was crowded with people and devotees. Everyone wanted the first darshan of Ram Lalla and to record that ethereal moment for posterity. For those who couldn't make it, here's a report from inside the Ram Mandir until you do yourself.
As you can see, this is the entry to the sanctum sanctorum. And ahead, you can see, of course, the idol of Ram Lalla, the idol that everyone across the nation was waiting with bated breath to see over the last few weeks.
A charged atmosphere prevailed for the first darshan in the sanctum sanctorum as people poured in, bowing, praying, overwhelmed in devotion.
स्वर्ग लग रहा है, एकदम स्वर्ग से अच्छा ही लग रहा है। बहुत प्यारा लगा यहाँ, दिल खुश हो गया। यहाँ आने के लिए हम बहुत मेहनत किए, मेहनत प्रयास हुआ हम लोगों का।
बहुत ही दिव्य, बहुत ही अलौकिक अनुभूति है, जैसे कि हमारे राम जी का जो फेस है, एकदम मान लीजिए अलौकिक दर्शन हो रहे हैं, दिव्य दर्शन हो रहे हैं। हम इसको अपने शब्दों के माध्यम से बयान नहीं करते, ये खुशी हमारे चेहरे पे झलक रही होगी।
राम मंदिर में भगवान राम की पुनर्स्थापना, केवल भगवान राम की पुनर्स्थापना नहीं है, बल्कि उस राष्ट्र में धर्म की स्थापना हुई है, धर्म के मूर्तिमंत स्वरूप की स्थापना हुई है। इसलिए अब ये धर्म राष्ट्र होने जा रहा है।
Everyone wanted to record as much as possible the feelings for the first darshan.
This is the moment where India today brings you this divine darshan of the temple. Several phone cameras, of course, going up right now because everyone's just had the good fortune and blessing to have had darshan of Ram Lalla. I'll ask my camera person Prem to just lift his camera up so we can see the image of the deity.
Phone cameras clamored with TV cameras as jubilant people kept being thankful to Ram Lalla.
नतमस्तक हो जाइए, क्योंकि यही वो क्षण है जिसका इंतजार सदियों से किया। एक लंबा संघर्ष, एक लंबा संघर्ष, उसके बाद एक तस्वीर।
राम जन्मभूमि प्राण प्रतिष्ठा से आप ये मानिए कि अपना अपितु अपने देश का ही नहीं, पूरे विश्व का उद्धार होने वाला है और बहुत ही जल्द अपना देश विश्व गुरु बनने जा रहा है। जय जय श्री राम।
जय श्री राम। चले पाछे चली सेना, पाछे चली सेना, पाछे चली सेना, आगे आगे राम चले पाछे चली सेना।
बहुत बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है एक्चुअली, और कुछ अलग ही अनुभूति है कि 500 साल के बाद ये जो है अयोध्या में, तो वो हमारा सफल पूरा हो रहा है और बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। मैं गुजरात से हूँ, सूरत से हूँ, और दर्शन करके बहुत खुशनुमा और लग रहा है कि हाँ, खुद श्री राम हमारे अयोध्या में और यहाँ पे है। कुछ शब्दों नहीं है मेरे पास अभी।
मोरे राम आवत घर आए, मोरे राम।
Paulami Saha and Samarth Shivastav in Ayodhya Bureau Report, India Today.
मोरे राम अवध धरि आए.
And don't miss our 6:30 p.m. broadcast where we will be taking you to Ayodhya. We'll also be answering all your questions about what all you need to do to get to Ayodhya and get your own darshan if that's what you want to do of the Ram Lalla idol. That's at 6:30. Don't forget to tune in. But on the other side of this very short break, as promised, a schoolboy named Parav, 12 years old, has gone mysteriously missing from the upscale Whitefield suburb of Bengaluru. He's been captured on some CCTV cameras, but nobody knows where he is. Those in the hunt for Parav join me next.
Vida, powered by Hero Motocorp. Vida, powered by Hero Motocorp.
Get ready for an immersive journey into the heart of news, politics, and insights that matter. Join India Today now on WhatsApp. Scan the QR code.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi leads the Pran Pratishtha ceremony of Sri Ram Lalla in Ayodhya, and his teammates lead celebrations across India. Home Minister Amit Shah offered prayers at the Lakshmi Narayan temple, while Rajnath Singh went to Sri Sanatan Dharm Mandir at Daryaganj in Delhi. Anurag Thakur visited Ava Devi temple in Himachal Pradesh. Dharmendra Pradhan offered prayers at Ram Mandir in Bhubaneswar. BJP President JP Nadda attended the puja ceremony at the Jhandewala Mandir in Delhi.
मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम भगवान राम की फिर से वापसी हो रही है अयोध्या में। ये हम सब के लिए बेहद हर्ष का विषय है और हम सभी सौभाग्यशाली हैं कि आज का वह क्षण प्रत्यक्ष अपनी आंखों से देखने का हम सबको अवसर प्राप्त होगा। और मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने सचमुच एक नए युग का प्रारंभ किया है।
At many places, Ram Bhakts watched the live screening of Pran Pratishtha on Aaj Tak.
अब बाबरी जब वहाँ पे जन्मभूमि को मुक्त करना था।
Bureau Report, India Today.
Celebration and jubilation of all has made Ayodhya a spiritual capital of Bharat. As soon as Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lalla was done, Ayodhya, also known as Saketa in ancient scripts, now beckons all as the spiritual Odyssey. Nestled in the Purvanchal region of Uttar Pradesh, Ayodhya is not merely a city. It's a sacred pilgrimage site, experiencing rapid spiritual and infrastructural growth. With the glorious Pran Pratishtha ceremony on 22nd January, Ayodhya now rises above all the other 6 holiest cities of India. It is now the capital hub of India's spirit. Bureau Report, India Today.
ये पूरा दृश्य हमारे लिए ऐसा है जैसे परमात्मा की थली पर कोई कार्य हो रहा है, अनुष्ठान हो रहा है। दुनिया में बहुत सारे दिमाग वाले हैं, दिमाग वालों की दुनिया में अचानक परमात्मा जैसे दिल बनकर उतर आए हों, हृदय बनकर उतर आए हों। मेरे साक्षात परमात्मा के दर्शन हम उनके चरणों में बैठकर गा रहे हैं, नाच रहे हैं, उनकी हथेली पर नाच रहे हैं। ये बड़े सुहाने पल हैं, ये दिव्य पल हैं, ये अलौकिक पल हैं। ऐसे पल माइंड से नहीं बनते, दिमाग से ये पल आते नहीं। कुछ पुण्य था, कुछ प्रारब्ध था, कुछ बड़ों की, कुछ पूर्वजों की बहुत अच्छे कर्म हुए हैं।
मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है और बस यही भावना होती है कि जब भगवान ने ठानी है तो उसे कोई नहीं रोक सकता आने में। तो सभी भक्तों को और सभी भारतवासियों को, सभी सनातनियों को मेरी तरफ से बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। जय श्री राम।
Children go missing in this country all the time. It's been an endless menace. But the story of a 12-year-old boy from Bengaluru's suburb of Whitefield, the upscale suburb of Whitefield, is now in the headlines and has got a great deal of attention in Bengaluru and beyond. This is the story of 12-year-old Parav, a young schoolboy who went missing on the 21st of January, that is on Sunday. He's been captured on CCTV video after he left school in the afternoon from Sunday, which shows him dressed in a yellow t-shirt and grey pants with his school bag with Alan written on it, carrying that backpack. He was seen around 3:34 p.m. on Sunday at the Majestic bus stop, which is a well-known landmark in Bengaluru, boarding a BMTC bus. At around 3:11 p.m. the same day, he was seen near a petrol pump in Yemlur. That's that image you just saw. He was later spotted on CCTV footage near the Kaveri Hospital between Kundalahalli Gate and Maratahalli Bridge at 2:30 p.m. on the same day. That was just a little earlier. In this particular video, you can actually see Parav walking from a distance towards where the camera actually captures him. He actually has a short interaction with someone where he appears to be showing that person something with his hands. That person hands him back whatever he was showing him, and then he walks out of the frame. Parav is a student of Dean's Academy, the Gunjur branch in Whitefield. He had left the Allen tutorial class in Whitefield on Sunday morning. For any information on Parav, please, viewer, especially if you are in Bengaluru or Karnataka, please contact the numbers that will continue to flash on the screen of his parents and his well-wishers who are all currently looking for Parav. Paranav's mother has also put out a heart-rending video appeal for any information about her missing son.
Hi Parav, how are you? And where are you? We all are waiting in our home. Please come back, Nana. Your little brother is also waiting for you. Nana is waiting. Grandparents are all waiting. Ammamma, Tata, Nainamma, Tata all came here to see you. Please come back. Don't be scared for anything. You please come back, Nana. We all love you so much. We all miss you. Please call me back, Kanna. Please call me. We are not at all not interested to stay in home because you are not in our home. You went somewhere. Please come back. Please Parna, I am in your room only. I am seeing your books and your dresses. I am seeing your photos. Please come back, Parinav. We all love you so much, so much. We can't tell how much love we have. You please understand, Nana. Don't be scared for anything. Please call us. We will help you. Don't be thinking negatively anything. Please call us. Please call to Amma mobile or your Nana mobile. Nana is missing you a lot. Nana is waiting for you. Please, Karna. Love you so much.
And we certainly hope that Parinav is found very, very soon, but it's already been 3 days since he went missing. I want to first bring in our India Today's Sagai Raj, tracking this story from Bengaluru. Sagai, 2 pieces of video footage captured on CCTV camera. Many pictures of Parinav, that very heartbreaking message from his mother. You've spoken to his father. You're in touch with the family as well. Can you tell us the current status of the search for young Parinav, Sagai?
See, as of now, the father is getting several calls from the people. Good Samaritans are calling him up and giving the leads, but wherever he reaches out, all those leads seems to be not helpful for him. And they check the CCTV footage and they realize that it was not Parinav. And they have found out that he was last time seen near Mantri Mall and Corporation, and the father reached out there. Even at that point of time, we couldn't trace him there. So still the search is on. The father and the mother, both of them are completely shattered. They are not even willing to come on camera, and he's continuously getting the call because this particular video as well as the photo of the kid has got viral on social media. Many of them are helping, but these are not fruitful for the family. Family have also approached the police. Police are also searching simultaneously along with the family members and relatives, and so far there are no leads.
Okay, so far no leads, which is making this, especially painful for the family. And the reason why we've decided to highlight this story, of course, is that in the hope that more people will see these images of Parinav, more than just social media, see those numbers flashing on our screen, and hopefully have some helpful information to share. A reminder that it's been 3 days and counting. Sagai, thank you very much. I want to now bring on to our show 2 persons from Whitefield Rising, an organization that's actually been raising awareness about this missing boy and trying to get help and gather help for him. I'm joined by Vijay Mudayakil. He's a search team member. He's actually been out there trying to search and help search for Parinav. He's also a neighbor of Parinav's family. Nithya Ramakrishnan is a member of Whitefield Rising. She's been doing her bit to get some information going as well. Vijay, if I could start with you. Not much more information has emerged since the Whitefield police, released information about a couple of hours ago with video footage of Parinav, captured after he had left and just before he possibly went missing. You've been out there, part of search teams as well. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so it has been very painful. The neighbor, so for the last 50 plus hours, we have been counting, and I think yesterday there were hopes we were able to kind of trace him through the CCTV footages. But from, the last footage that you mentioned, that was on Sunday around 4:30 in the evening. Since then, there were several lead calls, but when we kind of further review that and go to those places, we were unable to really get any concrete information. So we are kind of really stuck here, and I think the authorities are also helping us, but then we are at this moment, we do not have too many concrete leads to really pursue this. So would really appreciate this to be kind of taken to the wider audience, and who we really need a larger support to really take this forward. That's been
absolutely. Absolutely, Vijay, because that's the reason why we've decided to put the spotlight on this story, and we're going to keep flashing those numbers as well so our viewers can make a note of that. Nithya, if I could bring you in, you're part of Whitefield Rising. I actually occasioned upon this story because of Whitefield Rising's tweets that I saw on social media. you've been, trying to raise awareness, put more, focus and pressure on this story. What can you share with us about the effort? From the outside looking in, Whitefield is a nice, easy suburb of Bengaluru. It's an upscale part of the city. One doesn't normally hear about children missing in this manner. What can you tell us?
You'd be surprised. Actually, we do have multiple cases of missing children. They just don't get the attention. We also have multiple cases of missing elders because of dementia and things like that. So I want to call upon two very important things. One is, if this is a 12-year-old child who really can't, be left surviving on his own on the streets, he is just not familiar with how to survive in such an environment. So we as a society really have an ownership, all of us, as Vijay just pointed out, not just those few volunteers who are neighbors of the missing child. So I know there are efforts by the police, etc. But just think about it. If this was a very high-profile case, if this was a politician's son, or if it was a senior police officer's child or something like that, what would that search effort look like? I think we really need to wear that hat and see how would that translate? Every media, every railway station, not just within our own city, but in nearby cities, every bus stop, not just Majestic, but in, say, neighboring states like Andhra, should be flashing this picture. I mean, this is a boy in bright yellow, small kid with a backpack. How can it be that hard to find him? And we are also in tech city. I mean, you could rope in Google. There are countries like in the US, etc. There are things called Amber Alerts. As soon as a child goes missing, or if anybody goes missing, if we truly value that specific life, why is this not in everybody's phone? Everywhere everybody has a phone. We could do things like that. So bringing back the focus right now to Parina, I think you're doing a great job by featuring this. It would be wonderful if every half an hour you just keep flashing. And on the police side, as the second point, they really take this up as a challenge and say, you know what? Not under my watch. This child will be brought back. And if they can do that, I think this child will be brought back very quickly. Time is ticking. Time is of the essence. The third nightfall is looming large. So it's a great appeal. And one more thing, all the businesses that have any leads around this, they need to be checking their CCTVs. All apartment complexes, anytime they hear, if they're following this case, and if they feel that the last lead was near, say, Yamlur or Majestic, they all need to be going back to review their CCTVs. We understand that CCTVs, many of them are not functioning.
Yes,
so it's really difficult for a few volunteers to be doing all of this. We kindly request the city to come alive and take charge of this child as their own child, and please step out to search for this child.
I can assure you, Nitya, that the numbers and all the information that is being shared with us by your organization, the police, is being amplified constantly here in India Today, and I will ensure it continues to happen until this young man is found. Vijay, if I could bring you back in, there are two video clips. I know that we are not part of the police, so we can't conduct a forensic investigation. The best we can do is guess. But there is this one video clip which you've seen, which appears to be at some kind of a bus stop, where you see Parinav walking down the footpath, and then he stops and he seems to be showing something to a passerby. There are two pieces of something in his hand. He seems to be showing something to somebody else. That man takes it from him, looks at it, and then gives it back, and then Parinav walks on. Is there anything you can share with us about that? Are his parents, the police, throwing any light on what that is? It doesn't appear to be a phone. It appears to be something else. Was he trying to sell something? What was that, Vijay?
So when I saw this video, I called up his dad, Sukesh, and we were trying to see what he would be trying to sell this. Actually, it is more like he was trying to sell something. So most likely it would be a new pen case that has been kind of brought for him recently, and he was trying to sell that because he went out without any cash or a mobile. So he doesn't have any other valuables that he could really sell out for his survival. So probably he's a smart kid, though he's 12 years old. He talks well. he's been pretty good in overall things that he have been doing. So probably he was just trying to explore if he could just sell something that he already possesses and try to get some money for his basic living. So that's what I feel at this moment. It's too early to make any further conclusions on this, but at this moment, yeah, that's what we feel. But as a search party, I think yesterday and today, there is quite a lot of people on ground searching, especially from the volunteers group. Once Whitefield Rising posted it, we are getting, the WhatsApp group is flooded. More than 1,000 people are there in 2-3 WhatsApp groups. So we have plenty of volunteers, but then at the end of it, needs to be kind of done in a more professional manner, the search operation. We've been going from shop to shop, trying to trace the CCTVs, and as the other speaker told, many of the places, the CCTV cameras are not available. And then yesterday I went to the command center, the police command center near the Cunningham Road, which is the centralized center for all the Bangalore traffic police. So they were also not able to help us, as many of these cameras in the main street that lead to Whitefield to, say, Majestic, where the bus was boarded by the boy. They were not operational, and we were quite worried about that. I thought we could really get some lead through that, but unfortunately, they were quite helpful. They allowed us to really see the footages, but unfortunately, those cameras also didn't help us yesterday. And now the time is ticking, more than 50 hours over. The third night is just approaching. And we, as family and friends and close relatives and neighbors, all of us are worried about the kid. I hope, with your support, we will get some further leads, which we will be able to pursue in the next few hours and kind of bring him back home.
That would be the biggest thing that we can hope for right now. I hope that people watching, I hope somehow someone out there watching this, has perhaps not seen this on social media and has some helpful information to share with either the father of this young boy or the police. Nitya, one final question to you. Each of these cases is different. They have to be sensitively handled. One can only conjecture on the circumstances under which something like this is happening. I couldn't help notice the manner in which, in that very heartbreaking video by the mother, she says everything is fine, please come back. Even in the flyers that have been published, the parents have said everything is fine. I don't want to sit here and wonder what may have been happening. There may have been some domestic disturbance. He may have been yelled at. Who knows? We are no one to judge. The focus right now needs to be on making sure that this boy is safe. But as someone who is part of Whitefield Rising, how does one, navigate and handle such sensitive issues? You're seeing a boy trying to, as per Vijay, perhaps try to sell something. We don't know whether it is to raise money, to travel further. That is, one, unsettling thought that could be before the police as well. But how does one handle all of these things as a volunteer like you?
Yeah, it is hard to conjecture the cause, because every family, every dynamic is very different, and every child is very different. And what triggers one, who knows what triggers. So it's very hard to assume anything at this stage. Certainly, some deconstruction after would be very useful, especially from the family, because I'm going to hope for the best and that this child is quickly back safely in the hands of the parents, and that they are able to provide us some leads on what may have happened. Because every time an incident happens, the post would help a lot of people take learnings and lessons from it and see if something could have been done different and the situation didn't happen. But right now it's very hard. What would really help is to have a playbook. If something like this were to happen, how can we quickly alert? So he left at whatever time he did. What if, as soon as the police were alerted, Majestic is the first stop. What if Majestic people were waiting? Supposing you had heard that a criminal was on the loose and was headed towards Majestic, wouldn't all police be waiting? Why is it that we're doing it for that kind of cause rather than for when our own child has gone missing, So we need those kinds of playbooks so that we quickly act. A poor parent and volunteers are not professionals that are used to doing this kind of stuff, right? So we as a society have to create that playbook and help them. So right now, I really want to bring the focus back to Parinav rather than talk about post-mortem or what may have been the cause. And if we can just I implore you to take the lead and be that media that keeps flashing
will.
his picture everywhere. Thank
We
you.
will be doing that every half hour, I assure you. We're going to be putting it out on our social media as well. I personally will amplify this on my handles. And thank you, Nitya and Vijay, for taking the time out and being with us and sharing this with us. It's very important. Remember, as I opened with this story, I will end with the same word. Parinav is only representative. There are hundreds, perhaps more, of children in this country who go missing, and all of them possibly have different reasons, so we don't know what this was about. We can only hope and pray that he is returned safely to his family that's waiting for him. Parinav, if you're listening to this, please remember you're only 12 years old. Whatever may be in your mind, whatever you may be thinking about, you must try and get in touch with your parents and go back safely to them. And that's something we will continue to cover here on India Today. Well, that's a wrap on 5 Live. Thank you so much, viewer, for watching. 6 p.m. Prime comes up next. It's with me, once again, the big political confrontation that's turned super ugly between Rahul Gandhi and the Assam Chief Minister, both online and offline. The big one comes up next.